do the burnout. What's up, people? Oh, probably all four of y'all watching right now. Man, we had a long weekend, but it was a hellacious good time weekend. We went to Brown County Dragway in Indiana. Sure, sir. What's your question, Mr. Premature PE? What's your question? We went to Brown County, and the place was packed. We haven't been to anything that big before, and I don't know how many people were there, but it was a pretty packed house. Start line was pretty packed, and it was a good time. Had one little malfunction on the flashlight stuff, but we got that squared away, and that's about it. Do need to. Some people don't understand. It's what today actually is. It's the 1 year anniversary of my brother Joe passing away. 1 year ago today. This man right here. Joey's right hand man. Competitor. Always racing somewhere every weekend, just like Joey. Always racing. They were always together, no matter what. They were always together. I get this off the interweb. I forgot who did it, but here you go. Here's a little 30-second tribute.
So far away, and it
feels. Good deal. Here we go. Here, what Trey has to say. Sure, we can, Trey. Anytime, just as long as I'm in town, man. You know me. I'm down to help. Wisconsin, Withico. Hold on. A girl wants up here. Come on, girl. Withico will be this weekend. And he said at the gut. Yep. Yeah. Trey, definitely, man. Just we just got to make sure. I'm going to be somewhere for the next until middle of November. So we're heading up north again next weekend, and then the Tennessee for the next weekend, and then the Kansas, and then the H-Town, and then I'm not sure if I'm doing the Amarillo or if we're going to Louisiana, and then we're going to Monroe, and then we're going to out west. So, what's up, buddy? I don't know if y'all have seen, but Anonymous is out in Cali area now. That's a good ride there, Nate. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good ride. Beautiful car, and I'm sure we all know that you won't keep it anonymous what you put in it. Oh, yeah. We could have a moment of silence for Joe here. All right. Oh, Mr. Poopy's showing. Poopy's in the house. So we went to well, the night before they had I think it was Cincy Street Nights or whatever, and they had a pretty packed house out there, and Frankenstein ended up taking home the money. Ended up beating Mort. I don't know if Mort might have had too many clothes on that might have slowed him down. So about it. But congrats to Isaac and them for winning Friday night. Man, like I said, it was a packed house. You see, I mean, just look at the crowd there, and it's the warden there. I have to give her a shout out too. I mean, she helped out a ton of it. She helped me drive this weekend. I was a little bit under the weather Friday. I think I got a head cold or something, but she knew I wasn't feeling good because I passed up cookies for dessert. So, but give her a shout out. And it was a no prep. They scraped the track, used water. So when I knew they were using water only, I knew this was going to happen here. But the people asked me who I thought was going to win. I picked either Ryan or Joey just because they were basically the only two cars that I knew, because that's the reason why I go to this stuff right here, because I like going out and seeing different cars and different. And after Frankenstein made his hit, I was like, "Woo, that car's fast." I mean, that car. I was like, "Man, I'm about to I'm gonna have to re-guess after that pass." But the it was it kept getting faster and faster, and the uh, the dew really never set in. You had some good you had some good first round pairings. Gary French, what people some of y'all young cats don't know, versus Eric Manzar, but Gary French is an old school. I mean, old school street racer. I'm talking. Some of y'all probably don't remember Brown Sugar from back in the day, but this guy does, and he would get down, and he got down, and he beat Mr. Eric Mans. David Sherman, of course, Joey Heichel beat him. Sharon Baker beat one. See, I can't remember. Jeff Thomas beat Jasper, and Jasper ended up doing the buyback, and ended up beating. Actually, they ended up splitting, but he won the porta pot race. But let's see if we can get Jeff on here. Let him. He's got more. He probably got more to say than I do. Oh, copy X out. I'll get with you in a second here. I'll answer y'all's questions. All right. The track has been doing Outlaw Street. Yeah. And I was actually going to say, I was going to give a shout out to Tyler. They had a little small tire shootout there at the Gut this weekend, and he won. That car's come a long way. I mean, he just got it done not too long ago, and he's already tearing it up. He did some street stuff with his I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and that car's really quick. It's going to be hurting feelings here pretty soon, and it sounded like it did this past weekend. But without further ado, the man.
What's up, Limpy?
Oh, nothing. How you feeling?
Went to bed at 6 a.m. yesterday and got up at 11, unloaded some stuff, ate, went back to bed, got up, went back to bed, and I felt more tired when I got up this morning than I did yesterday. So it's been a rough week, man. Rough couple weeks, but I'm all
Yeah.
good. You guys make it home safe, okay?
Yeah, we got home about 2:30 this morning, and
Cool.
we stopped. We just said we stopped and slept where we slept the night before. So we just got up, and she did a little driving, and I did a little driving, and actually I did a lot of driving, and she held her own, and then when it started getting sundown, she took over. Man, it rained on us pretty hard for, I don't know, coming through Arkansas. It rained on us, Arkansas and Texas. It came down pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that slowed it down a little bit, but it ain't nothing. But hell of a weekend, brother. Hell of a weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's crazy. I mean, we put a lot. Don't get me wrong, we put a lot of work into the event, but I warned you beforehand. I mean, for a track, it's about as cool as you can do for a night race. I mean, I don't know how they really explain it. I guess only people that were there would really understand. But you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's just something about the atmosphere there. I mean, my phone has literally melted down just nonstop. I mean, if I had $1 for every person that asked me the date of the event next year, I could rebuild Furious. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's, I had so many people tell me you literally didn't want to miss one pair. You know what I mean? Like, so,
Yeah.
and when people are asking, what the date is for the next year, you know what I mean? I mean, I barely have even took in the event, much less thought about that. It must have been pretty good. I mean, there was, the field was stacked. That's obvious. Really no ducks there. And I'm sure you noticed it too. Things you think about after the fact. It's almost unreal how many close races there were. I mean, 75% of the races were decided by a car or less. I mean, I think that's probably pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was. I'm glad. Some people came from out of town. I mean, there's a good mix of cars there, like you said. I mean, and there's some fast cars out where we're at. I mean, there no doubt. I mean, Patrick Sparkman. I don't know if anybody's seen that finish line video, but if he
I
don't
did.
lift 60 feet from the finish line, you're going to the camera on that one. I mean, I mean that was crazy, man. What an awesome night. I mean, things ran pretty smooth for our first event, and I anticipate that event just growing and growing, until we're out of room, basically. But,
32 looked like 32 cars. It looked like it was jam packed with trucks and trailers in there.
Yeah, it's not a big place. I mean everything's small there, including the shutdown.
Well, we only had Eric Manns was really the only one to get squirrely up top, other than Isaac. And but everybody else, I mean, they were putting down some passes. They were putting down some licks, and I don't think nobody didn't push the envelope. But I think they were all hitting the chutes right at the traps.
Yeah, I can tell you this. I mean, if you go 520 or faster, not trying to throw numbers around out there, if you go below 520, you need the chutes, or you're going into the gravel up there, and then that goes uphill into the woods. And so, I mean, usually, the thing that really hurts you down there, the right lane especially, is really bumpy after the finish line. I mean, to the point where your back wheels are coming off the ground, and when your wheels ain't on the ground, the brakes ain't working. So, I think, I don't know. I thought I tried to accurately describe what you were walking into when you got there. I think I did as good as I could, but it's sketchy. You know what I mean? Like, I agree with you. You and I talked about that. A lot of, the concrete part of the starting line there is fairly new, so it's smooth. And when they scrape it, like same thing as you said, I mean, I knew that too, but I didn't want to not have a scraped track and have a no prep race and have people come, because I know I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to show up somewhere and it's radial prepped. I'm like, I don't use that shit, so I don't want to, go to one. But the track got good real fast, and like you said a minute ago, that first pair down, old Shawanda, boy, that wasn't no joke. I mean, and I actually talked to Eric today and said the same thing. I go, man, I was up there. It looked like you left the starting line, real soft, and you first pair down, you don't know. I mean, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And Shawanda didn't, and Eric just couldn't quite reel him in. But what a race to start the night off. I mean, I thought anyway.
Yeah. I wasn't after talking with Gary at your place Friday night, he was just like, man, I'm just getting back in this. So unless he was playing me, but Gary wouldn't do that. He goes, man, I'm just getting back in. And I got talked into coming, so we'll get to see dust the car off and see what it'll do. And
That beat me, man. I talked him into it. It took a lot of talking to get him up there.
Yeah. Well, and I knew him from back in the day and in the streets and stuff, and I know what he's capable of. And when he had the other car, and man, he was no joke back then, and he still ain't no. He's still, even for coming out of retirement, so to speak. He made some licks. His the second round with the double cross.
Yeah.
Man, but by the time I turned around, they were both already in the grass. So I had to look at the video, and if the truck wasn't out 60-footed him and landed basically in, because when he went by me, I felt the wind. That's how close he was to me from the truck. And I turned around but then I watched the video, and his front tire, which we said in the driver's meeting, if your tire goes in the grass, which we didn't, to me, if a front tire is in the grass and the back tire is still a tire, still part of the car. Sure. His front tire was in the grass before the other one, and I said I called it the other lane, but if they wanted to rerun, that was good with me, and I knew Gary wouldn't want to rerun it anyway. So, but that was the closest call of the night, other than my headlamp breaking on me.
Well, in the other, I don't even know what that was. Was that fourth or fifth round? Corey James Ford and Patrick Sparkman. That one took a while to decide. That was damn near too close to call on the finish line tape, right?
Yeah, that was like you could see it. It was about probably half a bumper.
Yeah, tight race.
That was probably the closest one of the night.
Yeah. Hey, did you happen to look at Gary French's car? That's got the factory steering wheel in it, factory door panels, factory back seat. I mean, that's an impressive car, man. Like you said, I mean, if that thing was a killer 20 years ago, I mean, it's still a player, no doubt.
Yeah, and what he said, I need to find my bumper. I think it come off by the starting line. I said I didn't see it come off, but apparently it came off down there by the finish line, and he ended up getting it back. He said it'll take me a year to find another bumper for that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a cool balance on the front of the bumper. I mean, I don't know anybody that's making those for 63 Dodge Poleras. So yeah, he wanted it back.
So now it's over with. What do you think you could do better?
Man,
or what do you think you could need to work on?
We need to control the people on the starting line and the people down that. There's no room. I mean, it's very narrow on the return lane, just like it is on the track. And man, I tell everybody this, and that's my bad 100%. I knew that was going to be a problem. And to be honest with you, I didn't really address it. And I kind of was like, we're going to fight it all night. But I think for the next race, what we're going to do is, I've been to a couple before where they put like a gate up on both lanes, and then a chain, like even one of them plastic chains, put two people working there, and they let each car go through with four people, whatever, say 4 or 5 people up to the starting line. And because I know like Billy Fields, who is the owner's son, and he's the guy that actually preps that track for, their bracket races and stuff like that. You met Billy. He was up there working the starting line. He's a great guy. I mean, and also, I mean, he's the guy that makes my prep for me. So he 3 or 4 times he's like, man, we were just down 10 minutes because I was cleaning beer up, off the track.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And man, you can't have stuff like that. And people don't want to get out of the way. You know how it is. It's the typical fight. You're just gonna fight it all night long. I mean, overall, it wasn't bad. One nice thing, there was no incidents at the track. There's no arguing there. You know what I mean? There's no drama going on. Just a few too many people over there on that left side wall, too close to the track, which nobody wants to get anybody hurt. Everybody wants to be up in the action. You know how it is. And
yeah. I told them tire kayak guys, I said, man, if anybody gets in your way, just move them out of the way, because your job is more important than them seeing what's going on.
yeah, I feel like the guys I had for doing that did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah,
Blake down there on the finish line, man, he had it together, and
yeah,
all them things were good. Just some minor details, and probably more than anything, just be prepared for a lot more people there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if next year I might put a cap on the drivers. How many cars, but if I don't do that, it would be something where we move the start time up a lot. But I'm sure you would agree that place is built for a night race. I mean, it's just, that's where it's at there. But I mean, if we was to have, 48 or 60 cars or something like that, maybe we would start earlier, and the first couple rounds would be during the day, or I don't know. I mean, we'll get to that. One thing we will do for sure, so everybody knows, is we'll have a date out early, way early, so everybody can get it on their schedule for those people that are interested. Or and another thing we'll do is I've promoted in the past in the motorcycle end of things, right? So we'll have a lot more time for sponsorship, and I can guarantee you this: we will pay a big purse. You know what I mean? I know the game. Money brings the cars, and the cars bring the fans. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a business, and I want to pay a big purse. I want to get the big name guys there. I want the fan. I mean, just like the other night, the fans didn't want it. It was kick ass racing. There ain't no doubt about that. And I feel like some of the people that didn't come, that was their loss. I mean, to me, I don't know how many guys I had said that's the best race they've been to this year. So I anticipate a big. And the thing is, if I don't get more cars than that, I really don't give two shits. You put on a hell of a race with 32 cars. How many cash days you been to with 16 that put on a show? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
32 cars is enough. I mean, you get to a point there, and that's why people cap car count. You spectators pay to get in. I want the spectators to see the final. And if the final's at 4 a.m, you lose a lot of spectators.
Yeah, you want quality over quantity.
Exactly. And I'm sure you noticed that, man, up until the Prestons crashed, which is a whole nother story, which was horrible. That the people didn't leave that event. That house was packed, and all them things are positive things, but there's always stuff you can improve on. I mean, there's 10 different things. I don't want to bore people with that, but maybe be a little bit, we'll probably have more meetings with the people that come to help, or we pay most of the people that work at the event. So we expect a lot out of them. And, maybe just have a dinner day or two before the event with everybody, make sure everybody's on the same page, just that kind of stuff. Organization is key to being successful when you're doing that. And if you ain't on top of it, things can get out of hand in a hurry, So,
exactly.
I mean, it didn't help. I'll tell you what was tough. I mean, I ain't going to go into it, but it don't help when I get to the track and find out I got a broken rocker arm, broken lifter, and, have to pull half the motor apart. I mean, it's a miracle I even got up there for first round, to even make a hit. I mean,
yeah. And then you come back and
two rocker stands came loose again, and it was started knocking, and I was like, well, man, how it is sometimes. You're just like, it don't matter how hard you try or how much you do, you just ain't winning. I mean, I felt like we already won getting up there on the line for first round, and then that's the first hit the car's ever made. I mean, it's the first real burnout. For it to go down there and lay that hit down was.
That's what I was going to say. You didn't even get a chance to go test because Federales kind of told you not to.
Yep. I was just getting ready to fire the car up, and there came the popo. So that, yeah, it was a struggle, man. But you know what it is. You go for 3 or 4 weeks, you're kicking ass, winning, and then all of a sudden the wheels come off. You know what I mean? It's like, and you just got to stick with it and keep at it. And I mean, I wanted to race at that event bad. Another part of me was like, well, just concentrate on putting the event on. And I'm like, I got this brand new car here. I know we can have it ready. It was completely brand new motor, everything. We had a bunch of problems with the brand new motor. So instead of fighting that, I just pulled the motor out of Furious and stuck it in there. And I mean, that motor probably it's got to be close to 150 hits on it this year. I mean, it was brand new at the start of the year, and
Yeah.
the motor's been flawless. Not one problem. Just adjust the valves and change oil, and I guess it got to its limit on a couple parts there and ate them right there at the track. So and we got it fixed. A lot of good people helping, and then after that, I was happy. I just like a spectator. It was badass to watch, and I mean, Beater Bomb. Hey, he did exactly what he had to do to win the race. So mad props to him. I do think Frankenstein was the fastest car on the property. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my opinion, nothing more. But I know me and Dirty Brown made a lick there in the third round together, and then Dirty Brown kind of lost it against Beater Bomb. That was shaping up to be a really good race, I thought. But Joey was consistent and, kept tuning it up just a little bit, which is what you got to do. I think a lot of people, including myself, I mean, I had too much of a street tune in the car in the middle of the track. I was putting a lot of power to it off the hip, but in the middle of the track, it would take a lot more. And, but everybody was figuring it out. Boy, they was flying for sure.
Yeah. Frankenstein won the night before at Cincy.
Yep.
And then he was it it was Joey who was racing, wasn't it? Was it Joey?
No, Joey and Patrick Sparkman, the final race.
No,
they raced first round at Cincy Street Nights Friday night.
Well, I know, but didn't this happen? Who was he racing when this happened?
Joey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bad thing right there.
Yeah.
Have we heard if he's I heard that he was okay, but that was just, I don't know if that was secondhand talk.
Yeah, I talked to Isaac, his brother, just via text earlier today. He broke a bone in his shoulder and a couple broken ribs, so he got out of the hospital yesterday morning. I'm not sure where he was in the hospital, but yeah, broken ribs are real painful. So, yeah. But he's all right, and I'll tell you, thank God, Billy and Sandy, the track owners, they put some big round hay bales down there and around them trees, and he took all 3 of them things out. That car never really all that damage to that car was done by hay bales.
And luckily it was hay bales and not trees, because it would have been a lot worse.
It would have been a lot worse, because I know he's going over 150 mile an hour down there, yeah. And yeah, so I mean, God, I was thankful when I saw that. I went right down there and because now, we don't want to see anybody crashing or anybody getting hurt. And of course, I told Isaac, I says, man, I know, thank God he's all right, but it sucks destroying a car. I just did it a week ago, so
yeah,
them guys, that's a badass team down there. I mean, they know what they're doing. I believe that's the fastest stock block LS in the world. I mean, they just went 429 on a prep track with that car.
I believe it.
So yeah, that car is no joke, and their tuning ability is no joke. I mean,
yeah.
They got a hell of a team over there. And we race with them. Them guys race it all. They race on the street, radial prep. They'll race anything. So
race anything they can, huh? Racing's racing. It don't matter what it is to them.
Yeah, yeah. Shit, I can barely be good at one kind of it, much less 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Jeffrey. So I'm sure you got to. I pray you. Hopefully you're not ready for this, but you got to name your sponsors.
Oh, I got a
Yeah.
Brown's Oil Service, Hughes Performance, Molina Speedworks, Automotion Race Cars, Two Lane Performance, Sunoco Race Fuels, and I'm probably forgetting somebody, but that's the main ones I can think of right now.
All right. So no, I'll go ahead and add to the pot here. So when's the next one? When's the next one next year?
Man, I don't. We may even kick the idea around of having two. I was thinking about that today, having one in the spring and one in the fall. And what we'll do maybe is maybe we'll put a feeler out there and see what people think, get their input. See if there's a lot of guys. If there's a big interest, let the word get out there for a little while, and if people want it, we can do it. I mean, the track owner is on board, is thrilled to death. Things couldn't have been better on that end. So, I mean, I think that'd be good, but I definitely don't want to run it in the ground. This ain't going to be no monthly race. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I want it to be where people, just like happened, Saturday, where they want to come back to the next one, but you gotta leave them wanting it a little bit. You know what I mean? So that might happen. It might happen like that, but I can't say for sure.
Everybody's saying two. Let's have 6 races, but with a big pot.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for having us this weekend. We enjoyed it.
Hey, we appreciate it way more. Thanks for you guys coming. Thanks to every racer that came, and man, you guys put a great show on. I sure appreciate it.
Yeah, and thanks for the hospitality Friday night.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was busy working on junk. I didn't get to hang out as much as I wanted, but
that's all right. I started getting a little head cold, so we went to the room and I crashed. So
yeah, next year we'll do it up bigger, better.
I was good with the way it happened.
Yeah, there was some good food there, huh?
Oh yeah, real good food.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, hey, you guys have a good night, and man, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. You did an awesome job, and hey, shout out to the rest of the guys that helped me. That announcer, Jamie Deere. I mean, tell me you had a better announcer at a race, and I'll tell you you're a liar. I mean, that guy did an awesome job, man.
He's funny too. He kept embarrassing me. And he did call you just Tom ass. So
yeah, I'm gonna get on him about that. That was a little overboard there. But
that thought it was funny.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, Limpy. I'll be in touch, buddy. Hopefully, maybe I'll see you out here. I'll shoot you a text. I don't know what's going on here in the next couple of weeks, but I know of a few things. I don't know if you'll be at them or not, but I'll run into you, bud.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too. See ya.
All right, bye. There's Jeff. Him and John put on that race this weekend at Brown County Dragway in Indiana. Pretty good race. I ain't gonna lie. It's packed, and it was a good time. Let's see who. Guess who I just spent 5 hours with today? Who'd you spend 5 hours with today? Yeah, the announcing was awesome. Yeah, that's packed. Oh, looky there. Congrats, Tyler. At the gut this weekend. I even gave you a little quick shout out. Look at there. Look, little quick shout out. Man, that car looking even better. I'm glad Mark got his hands on it. Uh-oh. Y'all know trouble's coming because this man's back on here. Oh, welcome back.
I got to get my chair.
Welcome back. It's been a long time.
What are you doing?
Oh, just talking to winners.
Shoot, not me.
You didn't win? You
Yeah,
you
I
won
got
and you
lucky.
redeemed. You won and you redeemed.
Yeah. It was hard. It was hard.
I seen
Oh,
you.
real troubles coming.
I heard trouble. I heard trouble.
Where you at, Reed? Where? Oh, say hi.
How you
What
doing?
are you doing? Okay, go back inside to mommy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk.
I want me.
You coming? All right.
Ah,
We'll play with some tools.
so
Daddy,
pretty good weekend.
Reed.
what?
You got some
Yeah.
cash this weekend
Yeah.
and a bunch
You
of
know.
prizes.
Sucked Friday, but that's all right. I mean, Saturday made up for it. Saturday is a crazy experience. Never raced at a track quite like that, and I wouldn't even say there's a street quite like that. It's for sure
sketchy.
It was sketchy. I mean, borderline pretty sketchy. A couple of my passes on the big end were walking back and forth, slowing down, and definitely on the edge of uncomfortable.
Even for the beater.
It's luckily I have a parachute because I mean, I think the parachute holds you straight when you're slowing down going over those bumps. I don't know how some of them guys were doing it without a parachute, but that's what it's there for. I mean,
how was the I actually seen the finish line footage of the final, and I don't have it to play it, but
right.
You had some mile per hour like a mofo.
I mean, I
Because
got plenty of horsepower.
You made up a car plus in the last 20 feet.
I mean,
and you ended up winning by a car.
Yeah. It was close race for sure. Really good racing. I mean, I think about pretty much everybody had a really good tune-up on the concrete, and I was playing it, a little safer than normal in the 60 foot and stuff, and then I just kind of maintain out the back. And fortunately, I was most of my races, I was right next to the guy to the 330, and then I just start driving away out the back. But in the final, I mean, it took me a lot longer to drive away from the other cart. That Patrick, first time racing with all of the cars that weekend except Ryan and Jordan that came with me, obviously. And, had a great time racing everybody. And I thought the whole, area of race cars, everybody was really cool. And, it was pretty crazy that I had to race the same guy that beat me on Friday in the finals, and a lot of pressure. And fortunately enough, I had a pretty good tune-up and had the car pretty squared away and was able to win for once, I guess.
Well, I know you're looking from your car, but I got two different angles here, so you can watch it. Here you go.
All right.
Here we go.
There's one. There's
Can't
one.
even tell from there.
And here you go. Here's a download.
Come on.
Right lane. You hear him? Come on. Right lane. Come on. Come on. Right lane.
I know.
Nope.
The locals gotta, support their hometown favorite. Nothing wrong with that. That's how it goes whenever you go somewhere. They obviously having a super stellar last year. There's lots of people that, know the car's quick or somewhat quick, and just haven't stood up to that reputation this year yet. But I feel like I'm starting to get things figured out a lot better, gathering a lot of data to where, for instance, like I don't have to guess at tune-ups right now. And I definitely have been on multiple surfaces throughout the year to get a gauge on. The hardest thing is like figuring out what the stupid chassis wants. I mean, there's so many, the competition is so fast that the whole everything has to be on point, meaning shock setup, I mean, weight setup. I mean, there's no room for errors anymore. First round, you got to be so quick to get by. You got to be, on your A game. And at that War in the Woods race, everybody's first round, I don't think was too stellar, but obviously going down second pair, the surface wasn't very good. And I won't say that I missed the tune up a whole lot, but it wasn't that fast, but it was luckily fast enough to beat the other guy. And then second round, having the bye.
I was going to ask you, did that help you out quite a bit?
It definitely helped because I had a certain tune-up in the car that was, I usually gauge my tune-ups, by steps maybe. I'm like, I usually tell like Ryan or somebody, I'm like, I'm taking a couple steps here. Well, like when I came up to you at the starting, I'm like, I'm taking a big step here. So I really, changed my tune-up from first round to second round. And fortunately, it went right down and I picked up a lot of ET and stuff. And that was just a basis for, running those faster cars in third and fourth round, like Dirty Brown and, the Frankenstein Mustang. None of the races I got after that bye were easy.
No.
So
no.
I hate getting buys early in an event because I look at it, then you don't get a buy into the finals or anything. But it worked out, and it's worked out for the better for me, I guess.
A couple of them, when you went by me, it just didn't look like the front end was even on the ground.
I was struggling with the wheels in the air for sure.
I'm talking, it looked like 100 feet or even further.
Yeah, and when you got plenty of power in the car, any little bump will pick the tires off the ground. It just hovers right on over it, and then it seems like it's just easier for it to keep going and going. But yeah, I was constantly pulling weight out to get on down, and I mean the starting line came around pretty good, I'd say. I mean, just my opinion. Who knows? Maybe
I knew it would with water burnout.
Yeah, it was working pretty good for me, I'd say. First round was not very good, but
what was the difference between the lanes? I know that I figured the left lane was a lot better than the right lane.
So I actually don't. I only raced in the right lane first round.
Oh, you got the left lane the rest of the night?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Like I said, I got lucky.
You got the good lane. Everybody kept saying the right lane wasn't as good as, even Ryan said right lane wasn't as good as the left lane.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, feeling it on the starting line and where the concrete was for 300 foot, they both felt the same. But after that, I think is where the lanes were different. That's, like talking to Ryan out there, the bumps were a little worse. I mean, obviously, yes, this is a racetrack, but it's a very sporty racetrack. That's not what I'd call smooth, but that's what makes it interesting. I mean, it's
more of a street style.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. There are smoother streets out there than this racetrack. And I mean, I was constantly fighting some bumps in the left lane on the big end, and about 500 foot, there was a series of bumps that were, I was dumping boost out and just holding on to the power that I could to just keep it under control, because it was sketchy, I'd say.
How close did you get to the very end? Every time?
The shutdown?
Yeah.
Oh man, I couldn't make the turn. I had to stop going forward. I was constantly going forward. I couldn't turn. I had to come to a stop at the end and the end of the road. And the firefighter down there, I always talk to them and be like, I really appreciate you guys sitting down here. I know it's not fun at all. You don't get to watch any racing. And they were always like, oh my gosh, your brakes were glowing. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to slow down here.
We're trying to get
shoot out in the couple finish line pictures I saw, my chute was already blossomed by that picture. And you got to get it out as soon as you can.
Yeah, there was a couple of videos that I seen that it was already ballooned at the stripe.
Yeah, pretty much, got to get it out as soon as you can before those bumps came. And I really feel like the parachute helped it keep straight. Unfortunately, a couple cars got a little sideways and got out of control, and that's a very real thing. Eric Mans did a couple 360s at the end, and I was on the verge of doing that, but I think the parachute definitely holds the back end of the car straight enough to where it won't happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. As Eric says, sketchy.
Yeah. Like I said,
would you
right
go back?
On the edge of the comfort level.
Would you go back?
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's a lot easier to travel that far when there's 2 events or a 2-day event or something as that nature. And I was a little upset that Friday night I really messed it up, because I obviously have a lot of horsepower to tailor towards a really well racetrack. Like that one was really smooth, and I know they scraped it to 330, but it came around exceptionally well. And unfortunately, shit happens. Went right. Just I don't know if something in the car wasn't right or what, but it just darted right and got out of the groove. And you can push the driving to a certain level, and then it's kind of like you can race another day too. And sometimes it's better to just lift than push it.
Yeah. So what's next for you?
This weekend I'm actually racing nearby here at a racetrack called Onawa Dragway. They've got my buddy Mike Elder is putting on they call it prepped, or it's prepped. It's a nice racetrack, but it's not radial prep or none of that. It's just a normal spray it, at the beginning of the day, drag it, and has a small tire and a drag radial class. Fortunately, Blaine's racing in drag radial, so I'll be in small tire. I won't have to race him.
Yeah, so. Blaine's been tearing it up here lately too.
Yeah. I think he said he was going to quit his job soon. He had to work last weekend. That's why he didn't come.
Damn.
He's actually over here right now. We ate dinner tonight.
He's got priorities right then.
Yeah.
He needs to get a job where he's off on weekends or not on call.
Right. I know. I work 410s. It's awesome.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that's what we got this weekend. And then obviously Michelle's pretty pregnant, and she's due at the end of October, 23rd of October. And so she doesn't want me traveling too far away closer to that, because I think she had read a week early of what they were predicting then. So I don't know if she's predicting early this time or what, who knows. But yeah, so I'll probably be looking for something halfway close after that weekend, after this next weekend. And
other than that, the race at home. Just do a race at
What?
home. Just do a race at
Yeah.
home. There you
There's nothing going on after this Onawar race around here, I don't think, because it's getting cold. It's 50 degrees out today. Yeah,
That's still shorts and flip flop weather.
I know.
He said, what about mid-November?
Yeah, that's far. I saw that race. That's way too far. I did travel to Arizona last year on January 2nd for one of their top end races. It was a 24-hour drive. That's just too far.
Nate said he knows all about that 24-hour drives.
I know. He's definitely dedicated for sure. I mean, we're all dedicated, but that takes some real dedication. I mean, yeah, big payout, but winning ain't guaranteed.
That's true. That's true.
I
As
think
you
I
learn,
need to.
as you learn Friday night.
For sure. The worst
But you
part
made
about
up
it
for it.
is,
You made up for it the next night.
oh yeah, definitely won the bigger payout for sure.
How many
You
cars
know.
were there Friday night?
30. Oh, they capped it at 32. They had 32. Yeah, it was $5,000 for that deal.
I got you.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you want to name your sponsors?
Oh, see, I walk out into the garage to do this. It's a little easier because then I can just look at the back window.
That's cheating.
See, way easier to just put their logos out there. Everybody can read. Obviously, big shout out to Chad at the Shop Inc. He's, one of my best friends, obviously, and we talk every day, and he'll drop anything to help me out. Or like a couple weekends ago, Blaine needed something like right away, and he just stopped what he was doing to make it happen. And then this winter, last winter, Brad and I every weekend for like 4 or 5 months doing this cage, and it's just been phenomenal. Everything's been great about it. Luckily enough, this year I only had what I'd call one major repair at the beginning of the year, and from there on out, I really haven't had much happen as far as breaking things. I've just been trying to, dial things in, see what the chassis likes. I don't ever regret, doing what I did this winter, but it's definitely been tough to get working. But I think I'm finally towards the end of the tunnel and, seeing the light there. So as far as racing on bare asphalt, I gave up on that. Kendall's just got it way too,
He's got it. He's got it. Whipped.
His combination is for sure the best out there for that kind of surface, but I feel like if we get on any kind of better roads than a bare asphalt, that it'll be a really good race. Just anything that's bare asphalt, he's got it handled. Obviously, all those other sponsors help me out, also. And this kind of racing at this level, help is easier for sure, but there's still a lot of hard work and dedication in the garage every week. This week, I'm going to try a new stator. Obviously, Pete at Hughes has helped me out a lot this year, and just going to keep chipping away at the ET and try to find out where you can get faster and where you can't, So.
Oh, call up Marshall. Hey, it's Joey.
For once.
Oh, look.
It's not Ryan.
Somebody's like, somebody's got a question for you. I'm going to hear this answer. Let me hear this answer.
Pretty much what I tell people is that if you can't tell by the sound of it, you're not a car guy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't regret anything that I did this winter, and all I can look forward to is more success in the future, I guess.
So what did you do all this winter? Upgraded chassis.
Tires.
Upgraded
New
chassis
tires.
and tires.
Yeah, just tires.
And you mini tubbed it, right?
You see my row of tires up there? There's another row of tires up there. Tires are
So-
good.
Oh, it sounds like a small block Ford.
Yeah. Yeah.
BTR can.
For
Ah,
sure.
Well,
I think
congrats on your win.
this winter we're gonna put the turbo in the trunk. What do you think?
Yeah, supercharger with a V6.
There you go. The V6 is driving the supercharger,
EcoBoost.
or it's the V6 with the supercharger.
Yeah. All the above.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep.
There we go.
Oh.
Yeah. 4-rotor. I did win
got
a
that
gift
money.
card. I did win a gift card for a turbo this weekend. Maybe I'll add another one to the trunk.
Oh, what'd Richard say here? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hey, we straight raced to Wichita until 7:45 for 1800.
Yeah, that was a long night.
Oh,
Long night. Yeah, for sure.
no leak turbo.
Oh, one of them leaks a lot. As you can tell, there's a lot of smoke. But hey, whatever. Still makes boost.
That might be. You might be. Which might be losing? Might have some boost leak on one side. That's what's causing the car to shimmy a little bit. What do you think?
I'll look into it. That's a great idea, Limpy. I'll look into it.
Just thinking. I'm just spitballing here. You know.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got an $1,100 detail gift card. Do you need a detail? You gotta drive to Indy to do it.
They're gonna polish the beater.
Yeah. You can't polish a turd though, so have to be one of these other junkers in this garage. Sean was really against that idea.
So that would be sucking air for. Never mind. I don't understand how that.
Didn't you know Mike Murillo had turbos in the trunk at one time?
Yeah, long time ago. I don't know how that.
Maybe I'll have to get a hold of him and see how it worked.
I don't know. Unless it's sucking. How do you put? Unless it's sucking off the sides, the air. I don't know.
Who knows? I'll probably just leave it. I don't plan on a whole lot this winter. Last winter it's rough driving to, if nobody knows, Vasco Speed and Performance is 3 hours away from me. So every Friday you drive 3 hours down there, work all weekend. And I mean, we probably we worked Friday night all day Saturday and half of the day Sunday, and drive back 3 hours. And that's a lot of time away from your family also, because Michelle and Reed only came down once or twice out of those, and it's a lot. I don't ever want to do that again. And so
3 hours, that's nothing for you though, isn't it? You do that.
You're right. I set this cruise control pretty high, and I just get after it. Even towing a trailer, I like to get places.
Get you that Tesla truck so it just drives itself.
Yeah, I should do that.
With all that money you're gonna be winning now.
Oh, geez, yeah. Oh, I forgot Justin J&N Granite. He's a really big help to the program too. I think he helps a lot of people out. He's just a good overall around dude. He's got that blue car flying now. He said, "I don't need a Tonka truck anymore." Oh,
Darcy, she's the only girl that she beat you, right? That's the girl that beat you.
Yeah, allegedly.
She's the one that tore you up, right?
Yep.
It's like every time we have you on there, we talk about that, right?
Uh-huh.
How she beat you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, it happens. It happens. I
You know
let her
what?
win.
I believe that. I'll believe that.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, I'll let you get back to it. Congrats on your win.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Allegedly.
All right, Limpy. I'll talk to you later.
Have a good night.
All right, bye.
Later. You're a winner right there. Beater bomb. I think he won what? I don't know if he wants to tell you how much he won. I don't know if you can tell right there. I think they said 15,000 cash and prizes. So I think purse was X amount and prize up to 15,000. So, right, yeah, that's true. And as we stated earlier, Tyler was a win at the Gut this past weekend. They had a little small tire shenanigans going on, and he weathered the storm and clean house. Congrats on your win. That's a fact, Jack. Jared, they got slapped up in the semis at Cincy's street days. Yep. It happened. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you, Darcy. I know it. Yes, he said he will be at Ottawa this weekend. Yeah, Tyler Loma's no joke. He's getting the handle on that car now, so y'all gonna be on notice. Yes, to see him to lose me again. Oh boy, I seen it. There you go. All right. As I said, we'll be in Mexico this weekend, and once again, rest in peace, brother.
So far away, and it feels, yeah, it feels.
Have a good one, people. Good night.